Hi, everybody. I'm Jim Noble, along with Wofford head basketball coach Jimmy Garrity, and it is time once again for Inside Wofford Basketball, brought to you by Yokohama. Well, the Wofford women might have gone through their toughest three-game stretch of the Southern Conference season the last week and a half or so. Really, really tough competition, a three-game homestand. You go 1-2, but you finish it off with a huge win over first place Chattanooga. Kind of sum things up for you, Jimmy. At 12-11, but 6-3 in the conference. Yeah. There were some highs, there were some lows. It was an emotional 3 games.
Yeah, a tough 3-game stretch there. Would like to flip that in the win-loss column, but a tough loss against Furman. Give them credit that they made some fantastic plays down the stretch. I think we had opportunities to put that game away and just didn't. And then came in here and played ETSU, and I think a hungry ETSU team, and they just played really well. They're really good defensively. They end up making more plays down the stretch and some big plays, and we did some things that we were kind of uncharacteristic of our team, and we end up costing us. But give them credit too. They've won now 4 in a row, so they're feeling pretty good about themselves. And then having Chat here on Saturday, Play for K game, great crowd, playing for something other than just ourselves. Kind of emotional game there, and playing the number 1 team who hasn't lost yet. And I thought our mindset was just fantastic. Game 1. I thought defensively, our initial defense was really good. Mm-hmm. We couldn't get rebounds, and we got out-rebounded 50-something to 20-something, and we knew that was going to be the key. So we watched a ton of film, one-day turnaround. Mm-hmm. We watched about an hour and a half of film on Friday. We didn't practice, and we talked about rebounding and the things that we have to do if we don't take care of these things. Then we're not going to have a chance. And we won the rebounding battle. So just, we turned the ball over a little bit too many times. But everybody who played, I thought our bench was fantastic. Like, to see them, their support of who's ever playing, didn't matter if you were playing or not, you were into the game. And just tremendous game, and just really proud of our effort.
Yeah, talking about rebounding from 2 tough emotional losses puts the team in really good stead moving forward. When we come back, we will look forward to hitting the road again. We'll recap over the homestand as well, and we'll talk about this guy and his staff. Do they have any hobbies during the season, or is it all work? I think I know the answer to that already. Coming up next here on Inside Wofford Basketball, presented by Yokohama.
It doesn't matter if you're 8 years old or 80 years old, your body is your strongest tool. Spartanburg Regional Sports Medicine Institute is here to push you to the next level. With 2 convenient locations, our doctors can diagnose, treat, and heal at our North Grove Medical Park and Star Center offices to get you back in the gym, in the game, and to the next level. We never quit because you never quit. For more information, call 560-BONE.
Welcome back. The 3-game homestand began with arch rival Furman coming to Jerry Richardson Indoor Stadium. You've told me several times over the years, these games kind of take care of themselves in terms of motivation. So you didn't have to worry about getting your team up. Talk about the game plan entering that game. Furman playing well, got some really good athletes inside. How did you feel about that one entering the game?
Yeah, I mean, we felt good about it going into the game. Furman's having a fantastic season. The things that they do really well is rebound, and we knew that was going to be a key. And Claire Coyle, number 2 for them, post player, she's just fantastic. I mean, she's full of energy, plays so hard. She made in that fourth quarter, I think she scored 11 of their 13 points at one time, and we just didn't have much of an answer for her. Got on 50-50 balls, second chance opportunities. So, we'd like to have a few possessions back in that, but moving forward, we're to learn from it.
Yeah, you kind of had the lead. They come back, and Mia Floor makes a big play down the end. The offensive rebound hits 1 out of 2. You've got that 1-point lead with, about a second and a half left on the clock. Anything differently you would do on that final play, or do you just tip your cap and say, hey, they made a great play. That girl made a wonderful athletic move inside for the
Well,
game?
it's a little bit of both. I mean, they had, number one, they have to execute it. Like they have to inbound it, throw it high enough over Courtney, 6'4", guarding them, and then guarded. She has to catch it in the air and turn body midways, and she put some English on the ball, and give her credit, man. That's a tough shot. She had to make it, and she did.
All right, then moving forward, ETSU coming to town, and in that one, kind of a similar story. The third quarter, you're feeling pretty good at halftime.
Yeah.
Third quarter we've had a couple of slow starts. A lot of teams go through this, but what do you see kind of happening in the third quarter, and then you're kind of in a dogfight the rest of the way?
Well, they went zone on us in third quarter, and we stood too much. Like we had plenty of opportunities, and then all of a sudden you get an open look and you don't take it, or you're hesitant, and then next thing you know, that just trickles down. And we just didn't get enough of ball and player movement in that third quarter to offensively to really help us.
Yeah, and you're still going through some rotations, got some players injured, players coming back. I know Tony Ward now trying to work her way back into the lineup. How is that affecting continuity?
Well, up to this past game on Saturday, we've only played 4 minutes with our starting lineup, all conference play. And so Tony and Molly were out for a good extended period of time, and then Tony finally gets healthy, gets to come in against Sanford, and then within the first 4 minutes, she goes down and just got her back. So it's great to have her back, but we had players step up on Saturday especially. Ellie Porter stepped into the starting lineup. She's been doing a great job. Courtney Swider, I think she was a big difference maker. She had 3 offensive rebounds and 4 points, and went 2 for 2 from the line. She made a big difference in that. And then again, I mentioned it earlier, but I thought our bench was just fantastic.
I thought Sophia Rappel started to give you something too. I like her. Not that she's the microwave with instant offense, but she can hit the outside shots when you need her to.
Well, she saved us against ETSU, right? We were doing much of nothing in that second quarter. She came in and hit 2 or 3 big threes for us to keep us in that game. So, but she works extremely hard every practice. Goes up against Gabby, 5 days, 6 days a week. So she's doing a great job for us.
So then we come back after those 2 tough losses. You talked about the Chattanooga game already and how that transpired, but just boil it down to brass tacks here. How badly did you need that one?
Well, losing 2 in a row at home, we needed something positive, and of course, in comes Chat, who is undefeated, and just to again the way we responded after the 2 losses, we didn't hang our heads, we weren't pointing fingers. They just came together as a team.
Came down to the wire, of course, and we know this season who gets the ball with the game on the line. It was Gabby Mundy with the game winner. We talked to Gabby after the win.
I don't really care, honestly, about these records, but I just love playing for my team, and honestly, that's what got me to get where I am today. My teammates help me out every day, and they're just amazing.
And then coming back from losing 3 straight at home, with talking about your teammates and you guys coming back, what did you guys do to prepare to bounce back from that?
Yesterday it was a quick turnaround. We already lost 2 games in conference. I feel like our response was just needed. Our team really we focused on rebounding today, and we responded really well with that. So,
And then trying to prepare in the conference, and you guys just broke 3 straight. How does that feel for you and your team, knowing that you can take down?
That was a big statement for us. I feel like now we just gotta play like that every day and show that we're up there with them. So yeah.
How are you feeling about going into the next game?
I feel great. I think we just try to keep the same intensity, same attitude, same energy. The bench really helped out today too. Our energy was insane, so that kept us going every day. So yeah.
All right. I wasn't surprised that that Gabby got the ball at the end. I wasn't surprised that she converted.
Yeah.
But some of the things this freshman is doing are starting to get national attention. She's one of 3 freshmen in the nation leading the conference in scoring. She's the leading scorer in the entire Southern Conference. She's doing some things that, gosh, when we look at some of the players we've had her over the years, and Chloe Wanek just goes in the Hall of Fame, and Rachel Rose, she's right up there now.
Well, she's a fantastic player. We knew that when we recruited her coming in. What she could do for us on both ends. Like, I know a lot of those things are the offensive end, but defensively, man, she's tough as there is. Really good on-ball defender. Her IQ is really high. And she's just playing with a lot of confidence. And, of course, if you ask her, she's going to tell you, give all the credit to her teammates and coaches and all that stuff. But she's one heck of a player, and she fits really well into our system.
All right, coming up, Road Warriors again. The Terriers go on the road for 2 very, very big games. Can you believe there's only 5 games to go to the Southern Conference Tournament? We'll talk about that and everything else this guy has to worry about while coaching a basketball team. It's ahead on Inside Wofford Basketball. Welcome back to Inside Wofford Basketball with head coach Jimmy Garrity. I'm Jim Noble, and you get back on the bus. That's there are always pros and cons, but you go to UNC Greensboro, you go to Western Carolina Thursday, Saturday. Maybe the 2 toughest road environments on the league. Little tiny, what used to be Fleming Gym, Bodford Arena at UNCG, and then Western always plays Wofford tough in color.
Well, those are 2 tough places to play. Fleming, you talked about the atmosphere there. It's tight, it's loud. They got the band rocking in there, and 2 really good teams playing too. And on the road, I tell you got to be 10 points better. You don't expect to get calls from the officials. So we talk about that. Talked about Fleming Gym in particular and the setup that they have. And you're right, Western historically has just always been a tough place for us to play, and we expect no different on Saturday. They're going to be hungry to get a win at home.
Before we let you go, we get so involved in the minutia of a season. The next game, the next practice. You guys and your staff are so hyper focused on that. How much does a head coach during this time of year, Jimmy, have to worry about bigger picture things, whether it's recruiting, whether it's getting people set for the summer camps, and I'm sure there's 8 things that I haven't even thought of. How do you split your time right now?
Well, I forget about a lot of those things too, but recruiting is every day, so that never changes. But our staff is just tremendous. Des, Mike, and Trent. They do so much, and then I got Jenny here helping us out too. Just helps our load out tremendously. But there's always something going on, and you know what? Family's important too. Coach Merrill's got 2 kids, so they're in the middle of basketball season and all this other stuff. But it's important to do things outside of work, and I think we got a pretty good work balance and life balance thing going on here.
Plus, you can always sleep in April, we always say.
We're
joking
no doubt.
about. All right, thanks again for the time. As always, great bounce-back win. Keep it up on the road, and we'll talk to you soon. The conference tournament right around the corner.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. For Jimmy Garrity, for our entire staff here at Wofford, I'm Jim Noble. Thanks to Yokohama, as always, the presenting sponsor of Inside Wofford Basketball. And we'll see you next time from Jerry Richardson Indoor Stadium.